Hey guys, it is Monday morning here in the Philippines, and we are doing something a little different. We're doing a movie Monday, and it is a Greenlight movie Monday, as we've done in the past. But what's different about today's episode is we are focusing on 1/43rd scale. So I've got 9 cars to show you guys from television shows, movies, and commercials. So this is something really cool, and also a unlicensed movie car that is pretty cool. We'll go over that together towards the end. But what we got in front of us right now are 3 of my favorites from the Fast and Furious franchise. And I think Greenlight made almost every single popular car from the 9 movies so far, or 8 movies so far, I should say. The 9th one hasn't been released yet. But anyways, yeah, they've done a heck of a job with their 1/43rd stuff. Wish they would have done that with the 1/64 stuff. But hey, it is what it is. But they did do really good with the 1/43rds. So these are 3 of my favorites. 2 of them I have loose. Don't know where the display cases and boxes are. So just brought them to you guys loose. And the first one here is Dom's 1969 Dodge Daytona, which is a really nice looking car. They did it really well. The metallic plum color, I guess I would call it, is really nice. The 5 spokes are really nice. The reverse offset on the back looks great. The side exit exhaust tips looks really cool. It's accurate. I hate that they had to cut up the quarter panel to do this, but hey, it is kind of a resto mod pro touring type car. So this is a windows up version. And then going along, you can see nice detail with the gas cap. Nice detail with the tail lights. And what's cool that I do like on this is that they made the rear bumper like a roll pan. That looks really cool. Then your flush mount back window, which is factory on these Daytonas and the Charger 500. Nice detail with the headlights. It looks like they have like a black acrylic cover over them instead of being the flip up as usual. Then you have your hood pins, detailed wipers, and then your detailed cage and stuff inside. Really nicely done car. And then underneath you have a really highly detailed chassis. A little overkill on the silver, but still they wanted to highlight all the details of the dry shaft, the K-frame and subframes, oil pan, leaf springs, and exhaust, all of that stuff. So nicely done car. For the money, I mean, I think these were around like 15 bucks or 20 bucks, something like that. So not too bad. Really cool piece. So, second one we have here is Brian's Yanko Camaro from Too Fast, Too Furious. And this has always been an icon for me. I do not have the Challenger, though, surprisingly. You would have thought that I probably would have had the Challenger over the Camaro, but never had the opportunity to get the Challenger. So I got the Yanko, and as I said before, I love Chevys as much as Mopars. Actually, Chevy is my first love, and they did a heck of a job replicating this car from the movie down to the torque thrust American style wheels. Very nicely done with the SYC, the Yanko supercar stripes, 427 on the cowl. And nice detail on the grill. It's got the year 1 plate. Very cool. These cars are very delicate, though, with the side mirrors. You definitely have to be careful. I have broken the side mirror off this one and the Daytona a couple of different times. So they have been re-glued with super glue. And you can't really tell, but they are super delicate. That's one of the reasons like these cars had like went on sale here in the Philippines, and you could get a lot of the 1/43rds for like 10 bucks or 12 bucks, upwards maybe 15 bucks, because they were damaged during shipping to the country. They are either broken mirrors or the acrylic cases like cracked pretty bad. So that is one of the reasons they were like really cheap here. But this one As I said, came to me mint, but I have a tendency to break the mirror off by putting it back in the display case and such. So, nice detail on the chassis of this one, too. Not really crisp, but still, it's there. And they didn't highlight anything like with the Daytona. And as I said, the Daytona, I think, is a little overkill because of like all the silver and such. But yeah, really cool. It's got the Florida plate and then the Yanko emblem on the rear panel and everything. The backup lights and the rear exhaust outlets and such. So really cool car. Nice piece for 143rd. Very nice Camaro. So, the next one is probably one of my favorites because I'm a big G-Body fan, as you guys remember me saying. This is your one from, I think it's part 6, and this is Dom's Buick Grand National GNX and the tanker truck heist at the beginning of the movie. So, this is a really cool car. Let's get him out of the box and look at him better. And this is one that I have not showed you guys yet. Some of these other 143rds you've seen before, but I don't think we ever took them out of the boxes. Excuse me. The Camaro and the Daytona, this may be the first time I'm showing these to you guys too. So anyways, here's Dom's Grand National GNX. Love the casting. And these are accurate wheels for the movie. I just wish I had the stock honeycomb, like GTA or BBS style wheels, whatever you want to call them. But they reminded me of the honeycomb wheels from the early 90s Trans Ams, the factory ones. But these just look like still wagon wheels or trailer wheels on this thing, or NASCAR wheels, I guess you could call them. So not much to look at with the wheels on this. Then you have your white letter tires, but they did do the fender gills correct, so it is accurate for GNX and such. Nice detail with the tail lights, all the Grand National emblems on the rear deck lid, rear spoiler. So very nicely done car. And I'm not going to take all these all the way off of the stands because it will take forever to unscrew them. But you can see they even got the cage in here. The bucket seats are racing buckets, but they did put the Grand National logo in the headrest area. You can see the back seats been eliminated and such. So they did a really killer job making the car look exactly like the car from the movie. So that I will give them props on. So very nicely done, and sorry about the focusing, guys. Trying to do this from a different angle today. I'm actually at a different table and even using a different camera stand today, so bear with me. This may not be the highest resolution quality of video that I'm bringing you, but it's really hard to be able to put all of these 143rds like on display and on my table where all the diorama stuff is. So anyways, this is your GNX, and let's flip him around to the front to get a better look here. They even got the Grand National plate, GNX in the grill. So very nicely done. This one has hood pins, but it has a stock hood. So I was trying to get a better look at the dash because you could see the bar going across the dash. Now, there you go. You can see it through the windshield. The gauge pods in the center of the dash where the radio is usually on these G-bodies and such. So, yeah, really cool car. And trying to see, it does have the shifter in the center, but it's a little hard to see because of it being a little bit dark here. So this is your GN from the Fast and Furious. So, that's what I'm bringing you from the Fast and Furious franchise today. Now, the next one is the rare variant of a truck from Kill Bill. This is your late 90s or early 90s, actually early 90s, sorry, because I have actually the late 90s style Silverado at home in America. Mine's an '02, but it's the same style, '99 to '02. This is like your '88 to '98 style. But anyways, this is the Pussy Wagon from Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2. And this is the first release of this. This is the rare release. They actually pulled these from store shelves and put the like writing or the blood splatter over the pussy and the wagon, so you cannot fully read it. That was the second release. This is the original release. This is the rare box. So they do have two variants of this. Same truck, same display case, same everything, except that they block part of the pussy and wagon out, so you cannot read it clearly, because I think parents were complaining. Because I don't know, but I think these did hit shelves in some Toys R Us stores and stuff, so that may have been why they made it with that box, because it was going to your regular retail release, but you may notice that. So if you have the one that has the totally transparent, visible words, this is the rare variant. So, let's get him out and get a better look at him, too. And this one I haven't had out for a long time. I still have the tape over the box. They give you those circle stickers, and it tapes the box closed, but, yeah, mine just has a piece of Scotch tape on it, so, anyways, this is a really cool truck, too. This one, I'm actually really happy to have this in my collection. There you go, guys. It's got like a 7-star wheel, 6-star wheel, and just really cool. Long box, crew cab, so super long truck here. So, and to have it in the regular, like, non-dually style is a rarity too, to have something this mammoth without having the dual wheel axle in the back. Let's take this off so we can get a better look at him. Really cool riding Pussy Wagon on the quarter panel, and then in big letters across the tailgate, Pussy Wagon. Even the vanity plate, PSY, Pussy, and WGN for the wagon. So, did a really cool job replicating this truck from the movie. And it has Pussy Wagon in the rear windows on the crew cab. Then that cheesy J.C. Whitney fiberglass double-sided adhesive hood scoops that they stick on the hood of these trucks. So yeah, that's usually where these come from. It has like the double-sided tape where you just adhere these to your still hood. Then you have your sun visor, which is another cheesy type of truck customizing thing that happened in the 90s. So the only thing that I dig on this one, though, is the billet grill. And then you have, well, does it even have the billet grill? It's hard to see here, but maybe a billet insert would look better with the Phantom style grill, they called them, from Billet Specialties, where it actually hid the headlights and stuff, too. That was a pretty cool thing. They do have all glass hoods with these double scoops, which are pretty cool, but as you could see, these are like separate pieces. I'm not sure if the truck in the movie was like that with the separate hood scoops, the cheap like J.C. Whitney type scoops, or if it was the like Harwood glass hood or something like that. Never been a fan of the visors, but the sport mirrors I am a fan of. That is pretty cool. I do like those better than the big bulky mirrors that came on the factory trucks. But it even has that bright red and yellow interior, actually just red interior, sorry. So red seats, red dash. So yeah, really cool truck. And I think it even has the sword in the vehicle. It's really hard to see, but I think it has a sword there, maybe. Hard to tell. But anyways, They did a great job on this one. The 1/18th is actually really cool. It comes with a Pussy Wagon keychain too. So if you have the 1/18th, you got a keychain with it, and that's pretty cool. But this is a very nicely detailed truck. So you don't get to see die cast of something like this usually. As I said, if it's going to be a crew cab long box, usually it's got the flared wide body with the dually tires in the back. But this to be this long, and also like it's just a two-wheel drive, it looks like. So yeah, it's kind of a rarity to find something without the dual axle, and that they made the die cast of this. It's really cool. Used to have the 143rd Trans Am too, but have since gotten rid of it. I don't really collect 143rds very much. Just kept a few of the more iconic ones, and probably am eventually going to part with some of these guys too, because I'm trying to predominantly get down to 164th and make the channel nothing but 164th reviews. So another one that I have here that kind of is similar to the Kill Bill story with trying to change up the packages. This is a Vanishing Point Challenger in 143rd, but this is before they got the licensings for it. Now I'm going to show you the other variant of this. I think they were anticipating getting the licensing for Vanishing Point much sooner than what they did, because this is the first run of this car, the Scat Pack. And that's why I was saying commercial cars. So these are like commercial advertisement Scat Pack thing that Dodge did back in, I think, 69 to 71 type of era. They're trying to promote these high-impact cars and stuff like that. Well, they hit it on the head with the bright yellow, like banana yellow, I guess they would have called this, something like that. But the white is a little bit bland for what the Scat Pack was. So, really surprised to see that. So, my 2 cents on this was that they were trying to get the Vanishing Point licensing and didn't at the time. They were in the works on it. So, they just released this car as a Scat Pack version with the yellow one. I don't think there's any other colors. I could be wrong, though. There may be another 1 or 2 143rds in different colors in the Scat Pack boxes. But about a year later, they got the licensing for Vanishing Point and released the 143rd and released a 118th and a 164th. And if you look at the 143rd, it's identical to this. They do make a dirty variant of it too, but the regular clean variant is this exact car, just in a Vanishing Point box. Everything else is identical except for this box sleeve, and that is it. So it's kind of interesting. That's the only reason I think that they released the white one in the Scat Pack. As I said, usually Scat Pack cars are high impact, sublime green, that yellow banana color, panther pink, Moulin Rouge, whatever, Hemi orange, and so forth, but usually not white. So that's why I found it a little strange. So that's my idea why they did this. So let's get this guy out and take a better look at him. And this one I will take off the stand because I actually put it back in the box temporarily for this video. Usually he resides in my display case along with the Camaro and Daytona. So there you go. And this case, as you can see, I said during shipping to the Philippines, they do end up getting cracked. Probably a lot of them in the States and Toys R Us probably ended up getting cracked too, and nobody knows it until they take them out of their boxes. Some people may never know it because they may never take them out of the boxes. So anyways, yeah, it just happens. The plastic is a little bit thin on these acrylic cases. So let's take the acrylic lid off and take this guy off the stand. As I said, he is going to go back in the display case anyways. So I might as well just take him off all the way and let you guys get a better look at him. So, really cool car, and as usual, Greenlight does a killer job on Mopar rally wheels. 164th, 143rds also are great. They did a great job on this Challenger and such. It's very nicely done with that rally style hood and the Hemi emblems on the side there, and then you got your chrome rally mirrors, the RT badge on the fenders. The marker lights and everything, the grill's nicely done with Challenger in the grill. Yes, there we go. Challenger RT, 1970 vanity plate, even Dodge across the front bulge in the hood, your hood pins and such. And then, this one is a 383 Magnum. That may be the difference between it and the Vanishing Point then. So maybe that's one of the things, because I could have swore the Vanishing Point car was supposed to have a Hemi. But that is another movie that I surprisingly have not seen. Really have not seen many of the cult classic movies for cars. I just know the cars very well, except for like Hollywood Nights and American Graffiti. But my all-time favorite is Hollywood Nights. Absolutely love that movie. Wish somebody would actually do some of the cars from that movie. You don't really see any of them done at all, in 1/64th for that matter. Then even got the little Pentastar there. Gas cap, separate piece, nicely detailed tail lights, the Dodge emblem between the tail lights, your vanity plate, your chrome tailpipe tips. So really nicely done car. The yellow one is the same. I just want to see when we get it out if it has a different engine size. So anyways, the Scat Pack box is kind of cool too. As you can see, it has all like the 1970s graphics, the Dodge Scat Pack Club, and then on the back it has a picture of the white one. And then let's look at the other box, because I could have maybe... Yes, I did put them in the wrong boxes. That's why it has a picture of the white one. So as you can see, the white one was in the yellow one's box, and now the yellow one's in the white one's box. So that explains why. But yeah, they're both supposedly 383s. So maybe that's what they changed. I'm not sure. So, as I said, I'm not sure on the one from Vanishing Point what it says on the side of the hood. That's a good question. So if one of you guys have the 143rd Vanishing Point, let me know what the side of your hood says, if it says 383 or Hemi. And as you can see, this display case got beat up pretty bad during shipping from the US to the Philippines, because I think all of these, even though they're made in Asia, go directly to the US, then they get distributed from the US to other countries from Greenlight, I suppose. So anyways, let's take him out and look at him. So this one's also going to say 383 on the hood. Yeah, kind of is hard to see on the yellow here, but 383 Magnum, the Dodge there, and the blacked out center of the hood, whereas the white one didn't have that stripe. The white one is like striped elite. That's another reason why I was saying it's like the Vanishing Point car, just with 383 on it. But as I recall, I thought the Vanishing Point one was supposed to be a Hemi car. But once again, have not seen the movie in its entirety. So once again, same details, just in this yellow color. So really cool car. And then actually, let's check the package and see here. I'm not sure what the yellow is, if it does give us the name of the yellow, and it does not. I know the 69 Super B they just called Banana, so I'm not sure if that's what they were still calling these in 70 or not. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on and speed it up a little bit. The next three are the three from Breaking Bad, and this is another G-body. This is the second, and I think there's only two G-bodies from Greenlight and 143rd. This is Pinkman's Monte Carlo, his 82 Monte Carlo, and let's get him out and take a better look at him. Now, this is much nicer than the 1/64th, because the 1/64th, the diameter of the wheels look way too big, and then it has the red on the wire spokes, which is correct, but it's not accurate the way it should be. So this is actually more accurate, but still not 100%, because it should have some red. I think the nipples of the spokes were actually red on Jesse's car. I don't think it was the rim itself. or the spokes. I know the spokes were chrome, but I think the nipples of the spokes were red. But the 1/64th, they have the entire outer rim of the wheel red. And then, as I said, the diameter is too big. They're like 15 or 16 inch wheels, it looks like, where it should be 13 or 14 inch wheels. And this actually looks really good. And trying to get it to zoom in a little bit here, and it probably will not. There we go, and it does say the Cap'n. So as you remember, they called Jesse the Cap'n when he was cooking and stuff. So this is really cool, nicely done, and very accurate. Much nicer than the 1/64th. I still dig the 1/64th, still have the 1/64th, but this is just much nicer. And it does have the hood ornament for the Monte Carlo. So really cool. Hard to find these too. You don't really see regular Monte Carlos. It's usually Monte Carlo SS from the 80s. So that is that one. And then the next one is really sweet. Ugly vehicle, but really sweet how they did it. Hate these, to be honest. The 2004 Pontiac Astec probably was voted one of the most ugly cars ever made by GM. But this one they did a hell of a job with from Greenlight, because everything is accurate to a T from the show. And then, yeah, the one thing on the box from Pinkman's Monte Carlo, which is cool, is the only Breaking Bad package that does not have Walter White on it. Every other box either has no one or has Walter, including the 1/64 stuff. This is the only one that was different, so that's kind of unique too. So here's Walter and Walter's Aztec, and this is a really cool piece. So I'll show you why once we get it out. And this is in that ugly, like off-white, greenish color, and well, let me peel the sticker back. This is another one that I don't really take out very often. I don't know if I've ever had this out of the display case, honestly, because it still has the circle stickers holding the acrylic lid down. So here it is, but what I really like, it's missing the hubcap, just like in the show, but what's really, really cool, look at the windshield. It has the blue masking tape holding the windshield down, how they usually do when they replace your windshield. So this is after he hit one of the Mexican drug dealers, I think. So really cool. Then it's also missing the tail light. So this is really, really nicely done. So if you're a Breaking Bad fan, this is actually a must-have. Even though it's an ugly little SUV, but still it's very cool, and it's done 100% to a T for the series, with all the damage that was done during some of the episodes, and that hideous looking color. So they did a hell of a job with this one. Now, last but not least is Skyler's Wagoneer. And this is a box without anyone on it. And if you guys have the 1/64 stuff, check it out and you'll see what I mean. It's usually always Walter on the packages. And then some of the bigger stuff doesn't have anyone. Like, I think the Los Palos delivery truck doesn't have anyone. But let's get this out because we're almost at our time. So we want to get this out and get a better look at him. And then tell you guys about what's coming up on Wednesday. So here is Skyler's Wagoneer, and this is another one that I don't think I've ever taken out. And no, actually I know I have taken this out because it has actually a piece of PVC plastic that comes in the display case to kind of help it from bouncing around. But I don't see why it wouldn't bounce around because it's screwed down. But this is a very, very nicely done SUV. As you can see, it has the hood ornament for the Wagoneer, the fog lights, the bumperettes. Everything is here. Everything is nicely done. The wood grain sides look really good. Yeah, it's just a very, very, very nicely done vehicle. So as you can see, I don't know. Oh, that's just a piece of dirt. I was going to say, I don't know what that black speck is. But yeah, very cool piece. So if you're a Breaking Bad fan, these are must-have vehicles. You guys seen them before in my Breaking Bad videos, but yeah, this is the only time I've ever like really brought them out for you to look at up close and personal. So Wednesday we'll be back with some mini GT stuff. We're going to be looking at the John Player GTRs. They are the new silhouette kit one, and then the other body kit, the usual one. Actually, it's a second release body kit, but we'll be looking at those on Wednesday. So guys, if you have not subscribed yet, please remember to do so. Please give me a thumbs up, and please share the video. Enjoy the beginning of your week. Thanks for watching.